Now, my child, pay close attention as I reveal the portions of your tale that you never knew were heavenly signs. I'm going to show you the 7 times I called out to you, 7 times when heaven reached out to you, 7 interruptions meant to keep you safe, save you, and show you the way. You didn't ignore me because you didn't care. You didn't pay attention to me because you didn't get what I was doing. You thought those times were random, yet they were me calling out to save you. You were too busy, too tired. You were exhausted, doubtful, and bewildered, and you didn't know my voice in the noise. But the 7th call has come and gone. That's why I'm speaking so quickly. My dear kid, the first time I called you was when you tried to rationalize away the subtle tug of your heart. You felt it, a peculiar nudge, a subtle pull on your spirit, an incomprehensible feeling that made you want to stop, slow down, and think about your path again. You heard a voice, a whisper, or a thought that said, "Something is wrong." But you didn't think much of it since life felt too noisy, too quick, and too hard. You told yourself it was just stress and tiredness, but that was me. That was my voice trying to warn you before something bad happened. I saw what you couldn't. I knew what was coming up ahead. I tried to catch your attention by pulling you aside to protect you from a storm, but you didn't know it was me. So, you continued going. The 2nd time I phoned you was because of the delay that made you so angry. A door you wished to go through, all of a sudden closed. Your plan that you were enthused about fell through. Something you wanted got away from you. You felt let down, confused, and even injured. You were curious about why things didn't work out. You thought the wait was a penalty, but it wasn't light. It was premium. I blocked the way because I knew it would hurt your feelings. I took away an opportunity because it would have killed you. You thought it was rejection, but I thought it was help. I tried to stop you from going into the enemy set a trap. You assumed the delay was a mistake, not a message from God, since you couldn't see what was ahead. The 3rd time I called you was in a dream that you immediately forgot. The dream that made you feel uneasy. The dream that seemed like a sign. The dream that made your heart race as you woke up. You thought it was vital, yet you put it off. You kept your mind busy. You talked yourself into thinking it was nothing. But that dream was me showing you how things were going, spiritually around you, presenting what your normal eyes couldn't see. I was trying to gain your attention at the only time when your mind was quiet enough to hear me. But you woke up and went back to your normal life, and the dream slowly faded away. My voice was communicating in symbols to keep you safe from what was coming. The 4th time I phoned you, I took someone out of your life. Someone you believed you needed. Someone you imagined would be in your future. Someone who made you feel safe, at home, or excited. You held on to them, but they were making you feel worse. You wanted to keep them, but they weren't meant to be with you. They were slowly taking you away from me without you knowing it. I couldn't let that go on, so I got rid of them from your life. Not to hurt you, but to help you. You cried. You asked. You were curious about why the link broke so quickly. But my child, that broken link was a sign from God. I took away what would have hurt you in the long term. You thought you were turned down, but you were saved. The 6th time I called you was when my heart broke and you were broken. That time when you felt like everything inside you was falling apart. When the anguish was too deep to put into words and too big to handle by yourself. That heartbreak did not hurt you. Life shook loose what couldn't stay. I let the suffering happen because sometimes it's the only thing that can bring a wandering heart back to me. You reached for me more honestly than ever before. When you broke, I was calling you through your tears, your sadness, and the pain in your chest. I was pulling you closer when everything else in your life broke apart. The heartbreak wasn't because I was left behind. It was an encouragement to get better in my arms. The 6th time I called you was when you suddenly felt heavy, that strong, unexplainable pressure, that spiritual weight that made you feel like something was off, but you couldn't put your finger on it. That heaviness wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a warning. The spirit could feel conflict coming. The darkness was coming. The adversary was getting ready to attack, and your soul knew it before your head did. I spoke something to you in a whisper. I told you to come closer, my child. Pray, listen, stay alert. But life kept getting in the way, and you didn't know that heaviness meant I was calling for help. And the 7th time I called you, you didn't hear me because the world was too loud. The whisper that told me to turn back to me now. You can't keep going like this. You were gentle, but you brushed it aside, telling yourself you'd pray later, slow down later, and listen later. But later never came. You didn't turn me down. You were just too much. You didn't ignore me because you were mad. You were in pain. You didn't mean to walk away. You were fatigued, bewildered, and unsure, and you felt heavy. But my darling, this 7th call was your last chance before I had to raise my voice. Say something. Amen. The Bible is my strength. That God's message nourishes your spirit. I talk to them every day, and that's why I'm speaking so urgently now. The 7 calls have been answered with hesitation, preoccupation, or misunderstanding. You can't dodge the danger you're getting close to without my help. Because your future is too important to lose. Because your heart and soul are too vital to me for me to stay quiet. You assumed those times were just random. But these were me begging you to save me. Every time something went wrong, every time I was late, every time I lost something, every time I got a warning, they were all mine, voice hidden in the moments of your existence. But this message is no longer hidden. This message is really direct. Listen to me now, youngster. This is your wake-up call, your turning point, and your lifeline. I won't allow you go into what's ahead without being ready. Stay with me. Let me talk to your heart. Heaven had been waiting for this moment. My little child, listen with all the calm your heart can contain. Now I have to tell you why this time is so important to you, have never felt before. This isn't simply another message. This isn't only a way to make you feel better or give you hope. This is a divine interruption that was given with urgency, passion, and heaven's complete attention behind every word. I am talking now because something bad is coming. Something that can't be avoided. Something that you can't run away from or avoid with your own strength or wisdom. I don't mean to scare you when I say this. I don't speak fear, and I don't want to panic. I say this to get you ready and protect you. You to get you back on track before the storm hits your life. I stopped being nice because danger is near. I'm speaking loudly since I don't have much time. You could feel the strain building around you, but you couldn't put a name to it. You felt heavy, but you believed it was just your emotions. You were fatigued in a manner that sleep couldn't help. You were overwhelmed by little things that usually don't bother you. You sensed your tranquility diminishing. You could feel confusion whispering in the back of your head. These feelings weren't just random. They were signs. Signs indicating the spiritual world was changing. Things were getting ready to happen. Signs that the enemy was getting ready to attack. I saw it coming before you did. I saw the dark shape itself. I saw the trap being laid. I saw the doors the enemy was trying to open in your life. And I couldn't keep quiet. Ignoring my voice has spiritual effects on my child. Not because I'm punishing you, but because you put yourself in danger when you walk without my help. You get out of the blanket that keeps you safe. When you make choices without me, you go down roads that were never meant for you. And when danger gets close, those modest steps away from me turn into big open doors that the attacker is ready to use. That's why I'm talking now. Not softly or subtly, but loudly enough that your spirit can't pretend it didn't hear me. This is the last warning. Not because my love has boundaries, but because the time of year has changed. The danger that is looming ahead can't be strolled in with a casual faith or a half-hearted desire to find. You can't just drift and live through what's coming. You can't be constant, distracted, numb, or detached, and still expect to go through what is coming. There is something coming up that needs all of your attention, obedience, awareness, and connection to me. You can't afford to ignore me right now. I don't hate you. I need you so badly. I'm not upset. I care for other people. I'm not judging you. I'm calling out to save you. I won't let you go into the dark without knowing it. You are mine. I won't let you destroy your heart over stress that could have been prevented. I won't let you walk into a trap that my voice could have stopped you from getting into. I won't allow the enemy take what I had planned for you just because you weren't paying attention. That's why this message seems stronger, heavier, and louder. Heaven is getting involved. You need to know that spiritual warnings are gifts. They don't mean to make you feel bad. They are sent to save you. When I speak quickly, it signifies that the seasons are changing. It signifies that a choice is coming up. It suggests that making a choice will open one door and close another. It signifies that the next few steps you take will have an effect in the invisible world. You will regret missing this moment if you don't listen to me again. Not because I will leave you, but because you will have to deal with the consequences that I tried to keep you from. The enemy has been watching you. He knows where you're fatigued. He knows how you feel when you're empty. He knows what you're not sure of. He knows the people who have an effect on you. He understands what you want to do that is bad. He knows how much pain you are still in, and he is coming up with a plan to attack you where you are most weak. But I'm telling everyone about his plans before he carries them out. I'm letting you know about the risk before it gets to you. Before the blow comes, I'm offering you a warning. But if you don't listen and ignore my voice again, you'll walk right into what I attempted to keep you from. You have been straying spiritually, not because you wanted to abandon me, but because life has been pulling you in too many places at once. You have been overwhelmed, but not because you are weak. Your spirit has been fighting conflicts that are too big for one heart. You have been numb, not because you don't care, but because you have been living instead of resting. A heart that is floating can't see danger. A fatigued mind can't see the enemy. You can't heed warnings if your soul is numb. You have come to the moment where gently, it's not enough to whisper to you. That's why I've modified the way I talk. That's why I'm feeling more urgent. That's why I feel more confident, strong, and powerful when I'm around. Please help us with our channel. We want to bring happiness, peace, and a stronger faith in God into your life. You can show your love and support for our work by donating through Super Thanks if you feel blessed by it. Would you like me to develop a version that sounds a little more emotional or religious, but is still very close? This is not a time to take lightly, my child. Moment to not take seriously. You are on the verge of a spiritual change. What happens next depends on whether you listen or put it off. You have two choices in front of you. One path leads to safety, understanding, a breakthrough, and protection. The other one causes pain, heartache, and bewilderment. And you can't just pick one at random. I am not warning you because I think the worst will happen. I am warning you because I see the risk clearly. But listen to me on this as well. Every warning has my love around it. Every hard truth I say has a bit of softness in it. I put people at danger because I care. I speak quickly because I don't want to lose you. I correct you because your future is very important to me. I interrupt your life because I can see what you can't. My cautions don't mean I don't want to see you. They are saving people. My loud voice doesn't mean I'm mad. It is a way to stay safe. My need for speed is not punishment. It is love at its strongest. I won't allow you walk into the dark without knowing it. I own you, and I won't let you fall into the enemy's trap without me reaching out to stop you. I would do anything to grab your attention, even if it means shaking heaven. You are mine, and I won't give up on you even when you do. You are mine, and if you listen to me now, no threat will be able to get to you. Pay attention to me, my child. This is the time for you to change. This is the point of no return. This is the last warning before the change. I am with you. I'm giving you a caution. I am keeping you safe. And I'm ready to guide you safely through what's to come, if you will stay with me. My child, pay close attention because I need to tell you about the danger that is coming your way. Danger that your eyes can't see. Danger that has been slowly building up, waiting for the time when you are most open to it. I don't want to scare you. I want to wake you up. I don't want you to panic. I want you to understand. A storm is starting to build around your life because the spiritual world has changed. If you don't pay attention now and listen with your full heart, you'll walk right into something that was meant to ruin your peace, your purpose, and your future. You will walk right into something that was meant to ruin your tranquility, your purpose, and your future if you don't pay attention. This is not a trivial fight. This is not just a passing problem. You can't just push through this like you've done with everything else. This is a targeted attack, carefully planned and aimed at your flaws, wounds, and vulnerabilities. The enemy has done something to break you because he understands what is waiting for you. He is afraid of who you are becoming if you get up, listen, and do what he says. He is afraid of the power you have. He is afraid of the calling that is coming up inside you. So he is moving with a plan, not in a hurry. My child, there are more and more attacks surrounding you. You had already felt their clues, even if you couldn't put them into words. The abrupt heaviness, the emotional instability, the bewilderment that comes out of nowhere, the feeling of being spiritually exhausted, and the anxiousness that continues telling lies, the ideas that make you doubt yourself, wonder if you're good enough, and don't trust your own choices. These are not symptoms of failure. They are symptoms of conflict. You are not falling apart. You are being attacked, and I am letting you know about it so you don't get caught up in it without knowing. Temptation has also been growing. Not only are you tempted to sin, but also to give up. The urge to be alone. The urge to settle for less. The urge to get into partnerships that aren't right for you. The need to mute your voice. The urge to go back to old habits that hurt you in the past. When fate comes close, temptation always gets stronger. The enemy gives you fake consolation to keep you from getting the true healing I am getting ready to give you. It shows you familiar patterns and hopes you would move backward instead of ahead. But I'm asking you to rise. I am calling you out of cycles that used to wear you down. I'm calling you out of habits that used to control you. I'm calling you out of thoughts that were never yours to have. People who shouldn't have been coming to you have been doing so throughout this storm. Some of them have already shown up. People who say nice things, but have ulterior agendas. People that are fun, yet not stable. People that look nice yet are dangerous to your soul. People that take more from you than they give. Folks that make your wounds worse instead of better. When the enemy wishes to change someone's fate, he typically utilizes individuals. He understands that your heart is soft and that you care a lot. Therefore, he sends counterfeits, hidden as comfort. Be careful, my youngster. Not everyone who comes to you this time of year is sent by me. Some people are sent to take your energy, keep you busy, slow you down, or trick you. There are emotional traps all around you. Traps that look like I'm just weary. I feel like I'm going to explode. I just need a break. I don't understand. But underneath these sentiments, the enemy is tightening a net aimed to suck you down into despair, worry, and emotional breakdown, or a lack of spiritual feeling. He wants to surprise you. He wants you to sink slowly so you don't see the danger until it's too late. He wants you to doubt your value. He wants you to stop being around me. He tries to mess with your feelings so that you start to believe lies about yourself. But you're not the only one. I am telling you about every trap before it gets to you. What also works is hidden dishonesty. Lies that are soft and quiet in your spirit. Lies that sound like what you think. Lies that make sense. lies that sound like they belong, lies that say you're not enough. Nothing will ever change. God is far away. You're losing who you are. You are on your own. Nobody gets you. You are not doing well. You are behind in life. These lies were put in place deliberately and on purpose, with the hope that you would believe them over time. But my child, those thoughts don't come from me. They are from the evil side trying to wrap around your mind so you can't see the truth about yourself. The enemy knows a lot about you. He knows when you are at your weakest, you feel alone. He knows that you become down when you feel like no one sees you. He knows that terror takes hold of you when you don't know what's next. He knows that being tired makes you less strong. He has seen how you act. He has seen your cuts and bruises. He has been waiting for the time when your heart is at its weakest, when your spirit is at its most disturbed, when your mind is at its busiest. That's when he attempts to hit. That is why I couldn't talk in a whisper. I had to yell. That's why I couldn't wait. I had to come now. That's why I am speaking with a sense of urgency. You are in a spiritually dangerous position and don't even know it. But I do. I see things coming together in the unseen world. I see the enemy getting ready to bring someone into your life who would seem reassuring, but will hurt you. I can see the enemy trying to reopen an old wound in the hopes that it will break you again. I see the enemy trying to confuse you, so you make judgments quickly instead of wisely. I see the enemy trying to get you back into an emotional state, patterns you thought you were free of years ago. I see the adversary attempting to wear you down so you'll quit fighting. Listen to me, my child. If you don't listen now, if you don't respond to my voice, and if you keep disregarding how urgent my tone is, you will walk right into something that was meant to ruin your tranquility, your purpose, and your future. I am not the one who poses this threat. It comes from the person who is afraid of who you are becoming. You are not being warned because you are weak. You are being warned because you are picked. The enemy always goes after what heaven has chosen. But you are not without protection. You are not the only one. You are not powerless. I'm talking now because I'm getting in the way of the danger that's coming up ahead. I'm telling you about the attack so you don't get caught in it. I'm showing you the storm so it can't eat you. I am shining light into the dark so it doesn't have any power. Say amen. If God protects you in every battle, you are my defender. Pay attention to me, youngster. The threat is genuine, but so is my safety. The attack is coming together, but so is your breakthrough. The enemy is getting stronger, but so am I. And if you stay close to me, listen to me, and trust me, no weapon made against you will work. You belong to me, and I won't allow what's coming kill you. Come closer to my voice and breathe softly if you can hear me now, because now I have to touch something soft inside you. Your heart problem. Not your real heart, but the one that feels, breaks, and keeps going even when it is exhausted. The heart that has been wailing in silence while your mouth stays shut. Please listen to me with kindness, not shame. With willingness, not fear. With openness, not defense. I am going to tell you everything with love. I say all I'm about to say to help you, not to hurt you. And I touch everything with healing, not with judgment. My dear child, you are emotionally drained. For too long you've been carrying too much and not getting enough rest. You didn't pick the weights on your heart, things you didn't ask for to do, fights you shouldn't have to battle alone. You've been exhausted when you wake up, tired all day, tired when you go to bed, and still tired when you wake up. You keep going, convincing yourself to be strong and pushing yourself to do things. Even when you feel like you can't take it anymore, your emotions have been stretched too thin. You are trying to keep everything together, but you feel like you are falling apart. I see it. I saw every time you made yourself smile even though your heart was racing. I saw you hold back tears every time you could have explained why you felt empty. You are tired, my kid. and you haven't let yourself say so. You feel numb within right now, a crushing numbness that you have been trying to ignore. You don't feel things the same way you used to. Joy seems far away. Peace seems to be short-lived. Hope seems weak. Even the things that used to make your heart used to feel lively, but now it feels dull, muffled, and hazy. You keep telling yourself you're fine because you don't want to make anyone else worry. But the truth is that your spirit is tired. You've been living in survival mode for so long that you forgot what it feels like to lie down in peace. You're not failing. You're just tired. Your soul is trying to keep itself from breaking because it is in too much anguish at once. But I don't want you to be numb. I want you to become better. You are confused within, things you don't understand, things you're not sure of, and things you can't agree on. You've been trying to figure out what's going on in your life, but the more you think, the less clear things become. You feel like you have to make a choice. You are torn between who you used to be and who you are now. You want something, yet you're afraid of it. You can't decide between your history and your future. Your thoughts have been noisy and chaotic, making it hard for you to tell what is really my voice. I didn't cause this confusion. It emanated from the spiritual stress around you, the fighting that is going on in the invisible world. And because your heart is exhausted, it's harder for you to see my subtle nudges. I know you've been trying to figure out what I want, but a heart that is too full can't see clearly. You have exercised delayed obedience not because you intended to disobey me, but because you were hesitant, scared, or overwhelmed and didn't want to make the wrong move. There were times when I murmured directions, but you didn't follow them. I tried to get you to let go of something bad, but you held on for a little longer. There were times when I told you to move forward, but fear persuaded you to stay put. You kept saying to yourself, "I'll do what you say later." But later kept being pushed back. You didn't ignore me because you wanted to. You didn't pay attention to me because you're hurt. You didn't listen to me because you're sleepy. You didn't hear me because life has been too loud and my voice was too soft. But my child, not following the rules right now is like not getting help. You have been running away from my voice, not on purpose, but emotionally. You didn't like it when I told you to be quiet. You were always restless when I told you to slow down. The noise of existence drove me away every time I tried to talk. You didn't turn me down. You were scared to face the things I wanted to fix. You stayed away from me because you knew that coming into my light would show scars you didn't want to see. You became busy since quiet times made you face your anguish. But my child, running simply makes the mending I want to offer you take longer. You are not weak, broken beyond repair, or spiritually fatigued. You are just tired of fighting battles you can't see and trying to be strong for everyone around you. Sick of asking yourself how much you're worth. I'm tired of not knowing what's going to happen next. I'm sick of feeling like I'm not connected to you. Tired of praying and not feeling anything. Sick of feeling bad about your spiritual dryness. You stopped paying attention to my warnings because your heart is too full. Your soul was so low that you couldn't tell right from wrong. You have been living, not thriving, crying privately, not healing, hoping softly, not believing openly. But listen to me now, my child. I'm not mad with you. I really want to save you. I'm not let down. I'm reaching for you. I am not judging. I am taking you out. I'm not condemning you for being exhausted. I am responding to it with kindness. When a heart is too full, it can't hear soft sounds. That's why I've started to speak up more. Not because I'm angry, but because I love you. Not out of punishment, but out of help. I noticed you going down and came to help you up. I saw the numbness getting worse, so I came to wake you up. I observed the confusion getting worse, so I came to help you think clearly. I noticed how tired you were and came to give you back your power. I saw the danger coming and came to protect you. You are mine. You are mine. And because of that, I can't stand by and watch you break apart and say nothing. I can't stand to see you break down and act like you're all right. I can't stand to have you slip away from me while the enemy gets closer. I can't watch you walk toward danger without seeing it. I will always step in before destruction gets to you. That's who I am as your savior. That's who I am as your dad. I am here for you, my child. I am touching the most painful wounds. I am lifting the heaviest thing. I am comforting the most scared people. I am calming down the most hectic ideas. I am bringing your energy back to life. You could feel fatigued, but you are not alone. You could feel numb, but you haven't been forgotten. You could be puzzled, but you're not lost. You can feel feeble, but you're not alone. Return to me. Lean on me. Let me calm your heart. Let me bring the parts of you that feel empty back to life. Allow me to give you back your strength. I want to fill your stillness with my presence. I am not here to yell at you. I'm here to help you. Not to hurt you, but to help you get better. Not to leave you where you are, but to lift you out of it. This is your moment of rescue, and I won't let you go. My dear child, come closer to me now because I'm going to touch the parts of you that you've kept hidden for years. I am going to talk to the wounds you hide behind your strength, the pain you carry behind your silence, and the parts of you that feel too weak to show. I don't show you these places to make you feel bad. I do it to help you. I don't call them out to make you feel bad. I do it to set you free. I don't shine a light on them to judge you. I do it to lift you out of the darkness they made. You have quietly carried these wounds, believing they were small, manageable, and would go away on their own. But my child, this is the truth. You thought you were better, but some wounds still talk to you at night. And if you don't listen to me now, these wounds will get worse. You have felt alone, not necessarily in ways you can put into words, but deep down, in the deepest recesses of your heart. There were times in your life when you reached out and no one answered, times when you yelled and no one heard you, times when you sought consolation but got quiet instead. You learned not to expect people to stay. You learned how to take care of yourself. You learned how to live without relying on anyone. But the abandonment created a scar that now tells lies. You are by yourself. Nobody cares. Everyone goes. You're not worth the trouble. Those lies are not true, but they still ring in your heart. I witnessed every time you felt like you were being left behind. I was there for you when you felt empty, when people left. And I never went away, not for a single breath. You have felt like no one is listening. You have told the truth about your anguish, your dreams, and your wants. But too frequently, people didn't listen to what you said, misconstrued it, or made it seem less important. You learned to keep your feelings to yourself because talking about them didn't help. You learned to act like everything was all right because you never felt safe letting others in. You learned to keep silent since it didn't seem like being vulnerable would help. But you've been screaming within. You have been wanting someone who will really listen, understand, and see you. I heard everything you didn't say, my child. I heard every prayer you spoke with tears in your eyes. I know what you were thinking, but were too scared to say. I've never missed a single cry from your heart. You feel bad about things you said, things you didn't say, choices you made, choices you didn't make, people you couldn't save, and so on. Times when you weren't enough. You are punishing yourself for things I forgave you for a long time ago. You think about former times and judge yourself more harshly than anyone else would. But remorse is a thick chain that has wrapped itself around your spirit. You shouldn't have to live with what occurred yesterday, my child. I've forgiven you before you even knew how to say it. I don't hold your history against you. I don't think of you the same way you do. You are forgiven. Love you saved. Stop feeling guilty you don't own it. Say amen. If you feel that answers are on their way, my prayers are moving heaven, and pass this video on.